What is going on, guys? And we are back with another video. So in this video we will be showing you exactly what the difference is between OEM style headlights like these we got on the van versus our bi LED setup, just to show you guys around. I've made a video on how to install these step by step. These are the eBay or the Amazon U-Bar express van headlights from 2003 all the way to 2025. These are all the same thing. And this is our test subject here. This is a 2019 Chevy 3500 long wheelbase. Here on the wall you can see the scatter pattern or the beam pattern of the light output. We did park the truck on a level surface, and here you can see it doesn't really go very wide. You can see there's certain high spots or more focus spots in the beam pattern, and this is just low beam. I will show you guys the high beam also. Now keep in mind, we did put LED bulbs in these housings, which you're not really supposed to do, but to test the light output I'll be showing you guys this. And this is a lux meter. What it does is it has a sensor at the top, and it will show you exactly how bright a light output is whenever it's passed over that focus area. Here's a little closer look at the tool. So this is a lux meter. You can just turn it on and you can check min or maximum light output from anything that is being pointed towards it. You take the little cap off the top, and this is the sensor. Without the sensor in the parking lot with parking, the parking lot lights, it's putting out about 7.7, 6 to 7 lux meters. And as you can see, we got the truck ready to go. Beam pattern is all put up on the wall. So now it's just time to take our meter and check out how much light output these lights put. Now, just to show you guys, I will set the meter to max. This will hold the max reading it picks up across the beam. The max output, I'll be walking across the beam, and this will show you exactly what's the maximum output at one point, if not all the way across. Now watch the meter as I walk across the light beam. You'll see at the very end there, it spikes up to 42.8 lumens. Now from standing in front of the truck, you can obviously see that there is a brighter side on the right side, right in this area. It looks way more predominantly brighter than the rest of it. And that's where we got the 42.8 at. Now let's move on to doing the high beams. As you can see, here is the high beam pattern. We're gonna go ahead and take the lux meter and run across again and see what we get out of it. And here you can see the previous maximum, which is 42.8. Now let's run across and check the maximum now. Now you will see it start to spike up from 67.4, and then out of nowhere it just goes up to 72.3. And now our final number is 75.4. That's the max lumens we got out of this beam pattern. Now, as you guys saw in high beam pattern, it started to gain in this area, and it maxed out at 75.4. Alright guys, after showing you guys off the whole front of the assembly, this is how the back will be set up. As you can see, everything's labeled with high and low beam connectors, and these are waterproof connectors also. Now this will be a plug and play solution, no cutting wires or anything. Now let's go ahead and grab the tools we're going to need. Go ahead and get yourself a 1/4 inch ratchet and the old faithful 10mm. Go ahead and start off by removing the two top 10mm bolts seen in the video. Once those are completely removed, go ahead and lift up and pull the headlight out. Now at this point, you see on my headlight I have the black and white wire. You don't have to worry about those since you probably don't have those if you have the original factory ones, but you need to disconnect these two connectors. The gray one is the low beam And the blue one is the high beam. Once you have those two connectors disconnected, go ahead and pull the headlight off. Go ahead and grab your new headlight. The headlight does have a labeled harness on it, so you start connecting the connectors to the corresponding sides. Low beam is labeled low beam, high beam is labeled high, so just go ahead and connect those two. Install the headlight. Remember, at the bottom there's two slots that need to be lined up before the top can be lined up. Here you'll see me kind of struggling, just kind of show you if you don't line them up how it's not going to work out in your favor. So make sure the bottom two slots are lined up on the frame to the headlight. Once you have the headlight fully secured and in the slots, go ahead and start grabbing your two 10mm you removed and grab your 1/4" ratchet and start tightening the two top bolts on. Go ahead and repeat the same steps for the opposite side. Now it's time to test the low beam and high beam function. Here are the high beams. You can see I was just checking everything, make sure everything's working as it should, and here are the low beams. Alright guys, we're going to start this bad boy back up to check how bright these headlights are compared to the originals we started off with. So here we go. We have it set to maximum level. This will read the maximum brightness of the lights. Now let me go ahead and run across and get our reading. 81 lumens is what we got, and that's as bright as the high beams on the low beam settings for these headlights. Now let's go ahead and turn on the high beams. As you can see here are the high beams. Here's a projection beam that's going out. Now remember, on these headlights we do have a bi-LED projector along with combination of the high beam actually coming on. So not only do you have the high beam seat on, you also have the projector that moves the flap and turns on, it spreads more light out from the output. Alright guys, so now with the high beam setting on, we're going to check the light output and we're going to walk across and get the highest light output reading we can get. Well guys, as you can see, 156, and that's more than double of the original low beam setting. Alright guys, let's compare again now. So at the top we have the bi-LED dynamic LED headlights, and at the bottom we have the OEM with just LED bulbs. As you can see, there's a far difference between the two.